Hi, I'm Maria, a 2005 graduate of Harvard Business School who's been giving admissions advice for over a decade. Now, when you think about the key pieces of your MBA application, you're probably well aware of the fact that you're going to have to submit a GMAT or GRE score, plus your transcripts, one or more essays, a resume, one or more recommendations, some biographical/short answer questions, and perhaps you will be invited to interview. So when we talk about MBA applications, these are the things that most people realize. However, there are sort of invisible elements of the application that not everyone is necessarily aware of. For example, your career vision. What is it you want to do in the world? Why do you need an MBA to get there? And hey, why our school? And at the center of it all is leadership, proving to schools that you have those leadership traits that they are looking for in their students and alumni. Now, not only do a lot of people not realize that there are these invisible elements within the application, but it's even less well known that each of these elements interacts with one another, and in fact, they all need to move together in harmony in order for your application to work. For example, if your resume doesn't provide any evidence to me that you'll be successful in your future career vision, or if your career vision is one that doesn't really need an MBA to be achieved, the different gears in your application are going to start moving in different directions, and the whole thing is going to come grinding to a screeching halt. Now, back when I used to provide one-on-one admissions consulting services, I had a process, a series of steps that I would walk each candidate through to ensure that their application is optimized. With ApplicantLab, what I've done is I've created a series of interactive exercises and videos that is exactly the same advice that I would be giving you if I were sitting down next to you, but it's all digital. First, the Strengths and Weaknesses module gives you a sense of what admissions officers' gut reaction is going to be when they first look at your profile. And if there are any weaknesses, this module will tell you how to mitigate those. Next, we set the foundational strategy for your entire application by working through the very important career vision and why MBA rationale. Usually, when highly qualified candidates get rejected, it's because this story or this reason for getting the degree simply wasn't strong enough. Next, we're going to brainstorm all of the different stories that you might use throughout your essays, recommendation, interview, etc. Stories make up the foundation of your application. You have to show the admissions committee that you possess certain traits and not simply tell them. Then we think about which brand traits each one of your stories says about you indirectly, and then in the mapping phase, this is where it all starts to come together. This step is crucial. In the mapping phase, what we do is we take each individual story and we optimally allocate it across each one of the school's essay questions. I will provide you with detailed guidance walking you through how to structure each answer and also telling you, frankly, what not to say in order to answer the question in the strongest way possible. The next step is called Prewriting, and I call it Prewriting because what I do is I take each essay question and I break it down into mini questions. This has two purposes. Number one, it helps ensure that you don't forget to answer any part of the question, and number two, I've found that it really helps defeat writer's block. Then I'll walk you through a series of editing exercises, and along the way you will also be working on how to get the strongest recommendation possible, how to submit a powerful one-page resume, and how to prepare for those all-important interviews. ApplicantLab provides the same process and the same advice that I'd be giving you if I were sitting down next to you, but it's available 24/7, it's much more affordable. The software guides you to ethically write your materials in your own voice and in your own words, and the quality is not diluted. And what I mean by that is if you go with another expert admissions consultant like me on a more traditional level, as the deadlines approach, they might get too busy for you. Or if you go with one of the larger firms, you honestly sometimes don't know how well trained or how experienced the consultant that they're assigning you to is. Those problems are a thing of the past with ApplicantLab. That's why ApplicantLab is the solution for today's savvy applicant. Try it for yourself and see.